NASA is gearing up to return to the moon this decade, but this time with a twist. The Artemis program aims to create a permanent human presence on the moon that could propel us into the farthest parts of the solar system. You might be wondering about the price tag, the logistics of constructing a moon base, and perhaps most crucially, whether it's all worth it. Stick around to get the answers. The Apollo program, initiated by NASA in 1961, stands as a testament to human ingenuity and exploration. Consisting of a series of manned missions, Apollo aimed to achieve President John F. Kennedy's bold vision of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to Earth before the end of the decade. In contrast, the Artemis program, launched in 2017, represents a renaissance of lunar exploration with a focus on sustainability and long-term habitation. With iconic missions such as Apollo 11, which saw astronauts Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin set foot on the moon in 1969, Apollo achieved what was once deemed impossible, forever changing our understanding of the cosmos. How's Artemis going to be different? This time we are going to stay on the moon. In contrast, the Artemis program emerges as a bold new chapter in humanity's quest for lunar exploration and beyond. Named after the mythological Greek goddess of the moon and the twin sister of Apollo, Artemis represents a continuation of the legacy forged by its predecessor. However, Artemis is not merely a reiteration of past glories, it is a visionary endeavor, poised to usher in a new era of space exploration. While Apollo focused on singular lunar missions, Artemis aims to establish a sustained human presence on the moon, laying the groundwork for future missions to Mars and beyond. How much does the whole project cost? We'll talk about that later, but now, let's familiarize ourselves with the heavy-lifting rockets of the program. Planning is one thing, executing is another. What rockets does NASA plan to use? Central to the Artemis program's success are its cutting-edge technologies and spacecraft designed to enable lunar exploration and colonization. At the forefront stands the Space Launch System, or SLS, a towering super heavy-lift rocket towering over 322 feet or 98 meters. With an estimated cost of $800 million per launch, the SLS boasts a payload capacity exceeding 95 metric tons or 209,000 pounds, making it one of the most powerful rockets ever built. Serving as the workhorse for Artemis missions, the SLS will propel astronauts beyond Earth's atmosphere and into space, carrying vital components such as the Orion spacecraft and the Human Landing System, or HLS. What's the main job of the Orion spacecraft if there's the Human Landing System ship that will land astronauts on the surface? The Orion spacecraft, equipped with advanced life support systems and shuttle interfaces, serves as the command module for transporting astronauts through deep space to the moon. Designed for crewed missions beyond low Earth orbit, Orion ensures the safety and comfort of its occupants during their journey to the moon and back. Orion is not only much more advanced than Apollo, but also more spacious. It can accommodate 4 astronauts on a lunar trip instead of 3, expanding the possibilities for future Artemis missions. Complementing the Orion spacecraft is the Human Landing System, or HLS, developed in collaboration with industry leaders such as SpaceX and Blue Origin. SpaceX's lunar version of the Starship rocket will ferry astronauts from the Lunar Gateway to the Moon's surface, enabling extended surface stays and multiple missions. Meanwhile, Blue Origin's HLS for Artemis 5 promises increased crew capacity and enhanced capabilities for lunar exploration. To get to know more about the SpaceX and Blue Origin rivalry, check out our Elon Musk's and Jeff Bezos's Artemis Dreams video. The link is in the comments and at the end screen of this video. You might wonder if there is anything completely new that was not present in the Apollo program, and your question hits the nail on the head. Let's see why. Nestled in lunar orbit, the future Lunar Gateway Orbital Station will serve as a crucial waypoint for Artemis missions, providing a flexible platform for scientific research and mission coordination. Comprising modules such as the Habitation and Logistics Outpost, or HALO, International Habitation, or IHAB, and Esprit, the Gateway facilitates crew transfers, refueling operations, and long-term habitation. As international partners like the European Space Agency, the United Arab Emirates, and Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency contribute to Gateway's development, the vision of a sustainable lunar outpost inches closer to reality. Together, these technological marvels pave the way for humanity's return to the moon and lay the foundation for future exploration of Mars and the rest of the solar system. To understand the Gateway Station better, be sure to stay tuned for our video on the topic. But how much does the project cost? By 2025, according to an audit, the total expenditure for the Artemis missions will have surpassed $93 billion, exceeding the initial estimates from 2012 by billions, due to extensive delays and cost escalations leading up to Artemis 1. A significant portion of this expenditure, amounting to $23.8 billion, is attributed to the SLS rocket, constituting 26% of the total cost. The SLS rocket's delays could have a separate video in itself, as the first launch date from 2017 has been gradually shifted to 2022. As NASA sets its sights on the ambitious goal of landing astronauts on the lunar surface by 2027, the Artemis program faces countless challenges and opportunities. Artemis 1, the uncrewed test flight, successfully demonstrated the capabilities of the SLS and Orion spacecraft, laying the groundwork for subsequent missions. Artemis 2, slated for launch in September 2025, will mark humanity's farthest journey into space, paving the way for Artemis 3, the historic crewed moon landing mission. While delays and setbacks have pushed the timeline for Artemis 3 to no earlier than September 2026, the spirit of exploration and innovation remains undimmed. With each passing milestone, NASA and its partners inch closer to realizing the vision of a sustainable lunar outpost and a pathway to Mars. As the countdown to Artemis 4 and beyond continues, the world watches with bated breath, eager to witness humanity's next giant leap into the cosmos that might take us to Mars and beyond. Do you think we will see a landing in 3 years? Let us know in the comments. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Orbital Prime and click the like button along with the bell to be notified when we release new episodes.